It's Monday. Lock up your daughters, your wives, and your grandmothers. Rob's on the loose. And he's got a kazoo. It's the slow-mo remix.
Yeah, but you left your ball here.
She's saying you left your balls there?
The shaker, his Cuban Pete shaker.
Only one of my balls. I have the other one firmly planted in my scrotum.
Oh yeah, but guess who else got a kazoo at that trip?
Oh God, Max.
After dark.
In the words of Stieg, now there's two of them.
I'm of course your narrator, Mr. Rob Robot Shlomo. With me as always, Mr. Tom Connors.
I know. I need a shower. Sorry.
That's okay. Your pheromones are kicking in tonight.
Well, if you'd let me away from your side for 2 seconds, maybe I could.
You're joined at the hip, don't you? We need surgery to do that. So.
Well, I told you I've got a little money saved up. There's a guy in an alley waiting to do it.
Wait, is that Matt Damon and Greg Kinnear twin movie based off of you guys?
Yeah, it is actually.
Oh, okay.
Matt Damon.
And that other voice you hear is
the whitest man on YouTube.
Yes, the resident physician, the whitest man on YouTube. He's got the prescription for
He may or may not be Matt Damon.
We can't tell, really.
Or Greg Kinnear.
The one, the only, the script doctor.
Hello, Skipper. How's it going, everybody?
And the other, that sneeze or that whatever
Bless
it
you.
was. Bless you. That you heard was our special guest tonight, Wes from the Wes Moody Webcast.
Hello, my friends. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, you're quite welcome. Have I met Wes? Have I met you before?
Yes, you met him yesterday.
Been on a couple of streams, yeah.
And you met him a couple times before.
They kind of run
his
together.
name and his name is in the name of his podcast, so you don't call him Jeff.
Oh, sorry about that, Jeff. Damn it! Oh, see what you did.
He just does it because it's easy.
And
of course, sometimes people call me Brad instead.
His name is not Merv Griffin. His name is not Merv Griffin. His name is not Merv Griffin. His real name is George. Dr. Demento fans will recognize that one.
Speaking of Dr. Demento fans.
And of course, our resident our favorite YouTube harpy. She has an MA in SP, a Tony, and an Earl and OBE, which makes her an earlobe.
And she's dressed like Carol Baskins today.
Might as well. They're calling me Karen all the time.
Yeah, evidently you're a Karen now.
Drop your taco right now.
She's the anti-Karen.
I'm the anti-something.
Miss Mecca Random. All right. So what's this now?
You?
We can't leave Rian Johnson alone for a minute, can we?
He needs an adult. He needs adult supervision all the time.
Well, he is probably too short to go on most of the rides at Disneyland.
What the hell?
That or his head's too big, so they're like, no, kid. I feel sorry for his mother.
Oh God, I feel sorry for anyone who has to spend any prolonged amount of time with him.
Oh wait, I got to get up our file photo of Rian Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about him so much, we have our own file photo of him.
Yes.
Son of a bitch! Son of a bitch!
Ryan, how do you feel about Baby Yoda again? I forget.
I hate that stupid puppet!
Oh, now don't be so mean on that. Why are you so hard on him?
Because nobody.
He's cuter than you aren't, isn't he? And he's got a rounder head than you do.
Hey, stupid, you want a piece of me?
Yeah.
You're gonna be a trash can when I'm done with you.
Oh, is that where you want me to put you?
Oh, you're gonna pay for that.
Do I need my Ryan Johnson thwacker?
Get it out.
I would
No,
like to
you're
see a
right.
fist
Stay
fight
in your
between
lane, Ryan.
Ryan Johnson and Brian Johnson.
So Ryan Johnson paid George Lucas a backhanded compliment. A couple days ago on Twitter.
No, it was yesterday. It was like bright
Just-
and early, or late at night or whatever.
It was last night.
Late last night.
So
Because Ryan Johnson's a dildo.
Ryan Johnson, lonely nights together.
Wait, I'm sorry. I apologize. Dildos are more useful.
Fuck stick.
George Lucas made gorgeous 7-hour-long movie for children about how entitlement and fear and loss turns good people to fast and did it while parenting and your ethical sea change in modern filmmaking and your past 30 years. You know?
He's still got the same stupid like branded avatar, like the R.
In my movie.
Ryan Johnson's spending long nights alone, probably drinking heavily. Bottle of like mezcal, whatever.
Probably just finally watched his movie.
Do they still make Mad Dog 2020 or Ripple Wine?
You really
Maybe
think
he
that
drinks that Rev stuff.
I was gonna say, you think he'd drink anything that was too harsh? I mean, I'm a lightweight, but still, I could probably drink that little motherfucker under the table. Oh, by the way, we forgot super chats, Rob. We had a couple to start with.
He's probably a white wine kind of guy,
He's drinking White Claw from the grocery store.
Culture Casino sent us $1.49 super sticker, and then Fan Addicts of Film sent $5.
Hail friends! If Doomcock source is correct, do you think that they will actually decanonize the Diz trilogy? Yes.
You know what? We will probably talk about that in a little bit.
Who's Fan Addicts of Film? Is that your picture, or is that like because it looks like a rock star?
I was gonna say, it looks like the guy from Oasis.
Yeah, it was with like Noel Gallagher or something.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit actually. So thank you so much for that.
Well,
Culture Casino also sent $2 to support the Jiggle Cam. That's on Rekka's channel, but you never know.
Yeah, you know.
She gets in the mood. She might do it just to
Zoom.
spite.
That's the thing. Like, you can't really Zoom. You can just do, you can do it, but like the Zoom is only on OBS. So.
Well, I could go like that, but yeah. Not like now. Can't you send out your thing through your yards?
I don't know.
I know they just did a bunch of updates, but anyway, Cash Kester sent $5. That looks like Ron Jeremy is Ronald McDonald puking. What the hell is that?
Love the fact you made T-shirts. Thinking about getting the Last Jedi one to piss off my friend who loves that flick for whatever reason. Put those T-shirts up on the screen, Tom, if you can.
Yeah, I'll get those in just a moment. We got Mary's here while I do that.
$2 for Mary Mayhem. I could drink Ryan Johnson under the table. Yeah, you probably could.
Well, he's a short guy, so he's already.
You
under
could
the
drink
table
most
when you meet him.
bikers under the table, probably though. So
Yeah, people think I'm like John Belushi, but I'm not. I'm not that big a drinker. I mean,
You couldn't even hold a half an edible.
that's right.
You forgot how to read.
he forgot how to read.
Wes, did you hear that story?
I did not.
Anyway, I'm out in Colorado, and of course, Colorado, certain things are legal there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Mecca slips me a half an edible. I'd never done pot before. I'd never smoked pot, never had an interest. So she slips me half an edible.
I tried to get him high with Clint Howard, and he turned it down.
Yeah, see, that's the kind of will I have. But anyway,
No, we were literally smoking piece of Clint Howard though, so he was kind of like,
Yeah. So anyway, we
got high with him.
She gives me half an edible. And so we're reading like these things out of a book, and I stop, and all of a sudden, I hear a click in the back of my brain. I literally hear a click like that in the back of my brain. Something like somebody flipped a switch. And I'm reading, and then I look up like, dude. I'm staring at the book. I said, dude, I forgot how to read.
I like how you turned into Keanu Reeves instantly too.
He did.
Whoa, like the whole universe is on the back of my menu.
Yeah, sounds like some pretty powerful stuff. I'm a bit of a weed lightweight myself.
Oh shit! I can smoke
But
all y'all under the table.
He freaked
But
out
I
at the titty show too.
Really?
Yeah, it's all because of all the music was like really loud, and the lights and everything.
Oh, your senses are overloaded.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit, man, yo. Oh,
I used to have some friends that like to smoke out and go to the mall and go out in public, and I tried to do that, and it was a bad time for me. I just need to like chill out on the couch. And
yeah. The first time you do that and that happens to you and you're not expecting it's fucked up, but you do it at the right times, like at a right concert or something, man, it'll kick ass.
Oh, we got a 1999 super chat from Rude Artist.
Oh, the rude artist. Not just a regular artist, a rude one.
It's not inconceivable that the sequel trilogy could be Thanos snapped from existence and eventually forgotten. Look what happened to the Ewok movies, which were at one point considered canon to the Star Wars universe. Well, look what happened to like every other Terminator movie after this.
Right. And like I said, we're going to talk about that right after this stuff too. So again, hold on to those thoughts on that. So
the only other thing though is, like I said, I do like Scotch. I love Macallan.
yes, that's right. Say no to drugs, kids. Send all your drugs to me so you don't do them.
Or me.
But if I do drink, I'm like, if I have too much, I tend to turn into Dean Martin.
oh yeah, we're around the time that third double rolls around, I can turn into a real demon myself.
He said Dean
It's
Martin.
That's when things get a little bit real. Is after that
I
third
turn
double.
into like a lounge singer. Hey, how's it going out there?
He said Dean Martin, not demon, but still.
Oh,
He thinks he turned into Dean Martin.
What's the
He's
difference,
like
really?
Homer when you think.
well, that would change the context a little bit.
Mhm. All right. Well, anyway.
Oh Lord, I need help. I really do.
Don't
I'm
we
trying
all?
to find that damn picture, and you keep sidetracking me.
I think I'd need martinis to be like Dean Martin.
So does that make me Frankie, or does that make me Jerry Lewis?
That makes you Joey Bishop.
What?
I'm just kidding. Hey man, yeah man. Hey, you can take the sunrise.
Oh, couldn't take the sunrise.
Who said I was dead, man? Okay. all right.
Sprinkle it with goo.
It's Spilkus, man. Okay. Captain April and Rob. Next
Got a
time,
turkey's
there's a
neck.
gentleman's club called Diamond Cabaret recently reopened. Has an excellent lunch buffet.
I don't know if I could trust a buffet at a fucking strip club, yo.
The girls are the lunchtime crowd. The girls are a little bit more,
Aggressive.
Right?
They're a little bit more road warrior weary, but they try harder.
I use the phrase hustle. I hustle like a stripper on a Sunday afternoon for a reason. Because that's the dead time at the strip clubs.
Oh Lord, we got another super chat, Rob. It's Canadian, eh?
Yes. Ryan Johnson is a fraud. Salarno.
You hoser.
RJ, $5 Canadian. Ryan Johnson is a fraud, doesn't understand Star Wars, and attacks fans. Yeah, absolutely. No disagreement there.
None whatsoever.
Well, look who hired him. Kathleen Kennedy and Kiri Hart hired him. Mostly Kiri Hart, but Kathleen Kennedy just gave
Mostly curious. She took the blame anyway. There, I finally found the picture, and the link is in the chat below. So
There you go. See now.
and you can also get a regular Midnight's Edge T-shirt.
All right. Now
There you
I can't guarantee you'll look as handsome as that previous couple when you buy those T-shirts, but you will look pretty sharp for what you got to work with. See.
Yeah, he is a fraud, though, to go back to the super chat. And I mean, Mecca and I got into it with this fucking blue check mark dipshit.
Why do the blue check marks have so much power on Twitter? I don't understand. I don't understand what you have a blue check mark
And
on
we
Twitter.
also had a couple other super chats
what
I missed here.
what is the criteria for having a blue check mark anyway?
2,000 fewer followers than me, apparently.
Something like that. Culture Casino sent $2. Says Thomas Peter Lawford. Okay. I'll accept that. Matt G sent $2. I am shocked Ryan even knows the prequel game. I doubt he's ever seen them.
Yeah. Let me see.
I'm pretty much convinced that he's never seen the other films only once.
Let me see. How do you get a blue check mark on Twitter? Let me see.
See, Ryan Johnson is the guy he's the type of guy who saw them once or twice when he was a kid and liked him enough, but thought Luke was a bit of a whiny pussy. So that's why he did what he did, because he just assumed everybody else likes it. He's Francis from Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Mm-hmm. Oh, listen to this criteria for getting a blue check mark. You can apply to be a blue Twitter verified. You can apply to be Twitter verified and receive a blue check mark badge next to your name. To become verified on Twitter, you simply update your profile with current information, verify a phone number and email address, then fill out a form requesting consideration as a verified user. Really? That's it.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Let's do it.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that you do it, though, because there's somebody who is like really trying for that a while back.
Oh, that's right.
Look at this.
Yeah, I remember.
There's a second part of that, and that is what types of accounts get verified. An account may be verified if it is determined to be an account of public interest.
Ha ha ha! There's the catch.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And they've de-verified a lot of YouTube channels. So people like Jim Sterling don't have one. A lot of just regular old. I think Pro Jared didn't have one after a while, and just a lot of like the.
Well, but the thing is, the de-verifying YouTube channels was to protect Brie Larson.
There's one of Mecca's little responses to that. That's from 2018. That's the wrong one. Man babies that make Luke. That's the wrong one.
Wait, what did I say in 2018?
Well, read it. It's on the screen.
I can't see it. It's too tiny.
Man babies that make Luke into a pathetic teat-suckling disgrace that ran away from being an amazing Jedi. Yeah, I hate those man babies too.
Rob, that new monitor's paying off already.
Yeah, it sure is. Except
I call Ryan Johnson a man baby.
And of course you did.
Well, because he kind of is one.
And then a lesson many fans apparently forgotten. And this is a blue check mark. He can come after us if he wants to. Please make us famous. I'm even more famous than you already have. Because, you're so famous yourself that you couldn't tell us one fucking thing you worked on.
He's not. That's why I left him out of the video. Because I think it was just I'm trying to be cool, like the cool kids sort of thing. I made like 3
No, I want to make a pathetic fucking joke out of him because he's got a blue fucking check mark and he thinks his shit don't stink.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta tell you though, Tom, there is one problem with the new monitor. I mean, the resolution's too clear.
That means you're getting off too fast.
No, that means and let me tell you, I was watching porn the other night and I bruised my penis on the screen. It was terrible.
Anyway, as you can see on the screen here, Mecca, he came back with, oh yeah, sure you will. And she's like, we always do kisses. And then, she called us out.
Yeah, I've been calling him out all night.
And he goes,
fucking, toxic man babies. And you're this.
Well, it gets weirder. I'm getting to that. Yeah, because then he's like, do you even know how movies work? I think he needs to ask himself that question. Do you think screenwriter sees a dime of your money? No, but the studio that pays you does. What kind of idiotic threat even is that?
And also, if you have a back-end contract, you definitely see a dime of that. But
and script, is that even proper English there? What kind of idiotic threat even is that?
Well, I mean, it's not the best form sentence, but it kind of is.
Well, no, I just want to bring it up because he makes fun of somebody else's.
Well, if I had known he wasn't a real screenwriter, it took me a while because I'm treating him like he's a real Hollywood person, but no, he only plays one on Twitter.
And he got verified for that?
I guess.
Yeah. And he's like I think he was part of like Drag Race or something.
Somebody made a guess that he wrote on Batwoman.
So is the nothing for political agendas and hate online to customers. It's funny you feel entitled to bite the hand that feeds you. Please, I beg of you, never seen a Star Wars movie. In fact, stay away from films altogether.
It gets better. So you see so Rob just read my response to his little fucking rant there, right?
Yeah. We got another super chat though. Kitty Bear, €2. For Tom, only my only Twitter follower.
Am I really?
I'll give you a Twitter follow, Kitty Bear, if you want. I'll give you a Kitty Bear.
Let them out.
I'll follow you. Jeez.
Anyway, so he's like, please, I beg of you, never see another Star Wars film again. In fact, stay away from film altogether. It's for the best. And my response was, don't worry, myself and millions of fans already have. And that's the fault of creators that are full of themselves. You act like you're curing cancer or something. You make entertainment, and badly. And now you've decided to attack fans. Don't preach. Entertain. Get it? Then fuckface comes back with a laugh. Oh God, I'm dying.
That's how you know they've lost, is when they
start.
Yeah,
well, it gets better because he's like, oh my God, I'm dying. I'm like, kind of like the Star Wars franchise.
Oh, yeah.
Burn, son.
Hashtag Solo lost money. And then, of course, then he goes after Mecha too. Do you think I'm writing a Star Wars movie? I should be so lucky despite the toxic, nasty, racist, sexist, entitled sub-fandom that's infected me.
There you go. There you go.
So take this part, Mecca.
Racist fans, you stupid fucking piece of shit. I'm a woman. Oh, he also got mad at me when I'm like, dude, I'm a natural-born woman. And I had a typo in there. He's like,
okay, well, that's what I was going to get to.
What is that, an attack?
I was going to get to that.
Fuck you. Stop queer baiting me.
Because, yeah, so you came back at him and said, you're an LGBTQ member of the fandom menace. And you accidentally hit a lowercase t, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I usually use shift, and then I was like, probably just let it up for a second, because this is my ex's keyboard.
So also, why point out that you're a natural born female and then drop a lowercase t in the LGBTQ? My response isn't on there, but it was so it would make you re. Because this is my response to one of the other ones. It's like, and there you go, calling us istophobes because we don't get, or this is the original one. You don't like something. If someone doesn't like pizza at one place but does enjoy pizza at another, does that make them racist? I'm like, please grow up and get a new line. That one is so 2016. But yeah, so then anyway, so like you said, Mecca, he's going after you some more about that, and you're like, I accidentally fucked up. And then he was like backing off, it seemed like, once he realized you were LGBTQ. And he was just like, oh, it was just a question. It's like, bullshit, you're giving her the fucking 5th degree.
Yeah, you're queer baiting me just so you can play the victim. You're cry bullying is what you're doing, because
then the motherfucker calls her a Karen and follows her.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. Well, because I did say, look, I did kind of go off on you, but you did poke the hornet's nest there.
A little bit.
Yeah, you don't just go out. There's no reason to just insert this negative attack on the fan base. Just for what reason? Just for what reason? Just to add fuel to the fire, to poke the hornet's nest.
It's the curry favor among the blue check marks. That's all.
Exactly. It's to suck up to the in crowd in Hollywood by fan bashing. Because this is what happens. This is why, remember when Ron Howard originally didn't blame the fans, and then he keeps hearing and keeps hearing and keeps hearing, and then we hear from somebody else that, oh yeah, he really thought that there was this huge boycott and it was planned and it was an attack on Solo. So that's how this shit starts, because you see all these blue check marks on Twitter going, just fueling the fire, just keep perpetuating this toxic fans, racist, sexist, blah, 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 blah.
And then he called Jay, Drunk 3PO, he said something about, called him babe. I don't remember the original response. I'm like, that's problematic.
I mean, Drunk is very pretty, though.
Well, no, I know he's the sexiest man on YouTube.
Drunk 3PO exists to make the rest of us look bad.
That's true. But my point is this. If he was a straight male saying that to like a woman, everybody be calling sexism and calling him a sexist from the fucking hills, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's okay because he's gay. He can talk like that to a guy. I'm sorry, that'd make me uncomfortable. And I feel like I have the right to say that.
Well, see, no, you get called homophobic.
No, I'm not homophobic, but if you're not fucking no, but if you're too dense to realize that I'm straight and I'm not interested after my first, rebuttal, then you really need to get your fucking head checked, and I don't give a shit what you are. I'm not going to sit there and have somebody come on to me that I'm not interested in, just like a woman wouldn't want that to her. If a woman tells you I'm not interested, Yeah, it's that's the point. Like if you hit on a woman and she says no once or twice, fine, you're done. You don't fucking continue. Just like with a guy, it's just as bad, in my opinion. And I don't know why it should be okay just because he's gay. That's bullshit.
Hey, I'm not interested. That's all. That's all. That's all. Should hey, I'm not interested. That's all.
I love gay people. Don't get me wrong. I think they're amazing. Every gay friend I've ever had was hilarious and or a very good close friend of mine. So I have no problems with that. That's nothing, and I don't think there's anything wrong with them. So
you don't feel like they're gonna come and attack you with a pair of high heels?
I believe they're gonna get all like crazy, sex crazed, and rape me all the time. Yeah, right.
Oh, that's
way these fuckers. This way, this fucking checkmark's acting.
Yeah, that's
boner.
And that's why I got into it anyway, because, I just scroll over it, see the blue check mark, see screenwriter, and I'm like, great, this is more of this Hollywood bullshit clique. It's a clique that they're all in, and they're the junior high kids at the table who think their shit doesn't stink. They're all the jocks there with all of
they're the AV club is what they are.
The people who go, we're the AV club. We're the geeks and shit, right?
Okay.
These are the cool people. These are the rich people. These are the rich bullies. These are the James Spaders in the 80s movies. That's who these people are, because they're all Hollywood producers and directors. And this is just one of these kids trying to be cool with them, trying to get in with that crowd. I'm a blue check mark too. See, I can trash the people who attacked you. See, that's all that is. And it's just to try and get into that little clique. Because
he was trying to get clout from sorry. Finish it, Becca.
Oh no! You're. I think you're jumping into the point I'm making. Yeah, he is trying to get clout from like the Rian Johnsons and the Hollywood people.
Yeah, because he tagged Rian Johnson like 2 or 3 times. Is what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't. I got nothing to add. Like Rian Johnson gives a shit. I mean, really.
No, but look at the guy who decided to make that fake article about the Kelly Marie Tran Russian bot thing. Or was it Kelly Marie Tran? It was Last Jedi Russian bot thing. Whatever it was. Where he was just there trying to manipulate whatever evidence in the least scientific way possible to say, hey, look, I wrote a fake study that says all these people who attacked the Last Jedi were bots. Hey, Rian Johnson, let's go hang out and have lunch.
I wouldn't doubt if this guy works in Hollywood
He wants to work in Hollywood, this guy.
Yeah. And people, I keep thinking of Annie, that scene in Annie Hall where his then girlfriend says, "What's so interesting about a bunch of pituitary cases throwing a ball through a hoop?" And Woody says, "Because it's physical. Intellectuals can blather on about things they have no idea about, and they sound brilliant, but the body does not lie." I mean, that's the thing. I mean, like I said, these people are trying to look smarter and more intelligent than they are on Twitter. It doesn't work.
Well, Wes, you've been real quiet on this. What's your take on this?
Whoa, which part? The drama or the Rian Johnson?
Any of it.
Well, man, I just try not to get involved with some of those dummies on Twitter. I'm actually surprised I haven't gotten into more dust-ups than I have. But as far as Rian Johnson's concerned, God, the guy just needs to shut his mouth. It's ridiculous. Guy is such an idiot.
Tom, do you have my big contribution to Twitter for the day?
Do you have a link to it?
Yeah, hang on. I'll find it. Hang on.
All right, while you're doing that, Culture Casino sent $2 again. Thank you so much, sir. Ordered my last Jedi is not canon t-shirt. Glad to hear it. They've been pretty popular. He also sent another $2. Says, y'all really know how to make friends with queens. I never had a problem before the recent, like, I don't know, this new generation, I guess.
All right. Tom, like I said, while everybody else is just fighting about
here's
Ryan,
Rob's. Here's
this is my big contribution to Twitter, to the social media zeitgeist for the day. Hopefully you guys will like it. So.
Let's see here. Oh shit. Unrelated to anything else, but all right.
That's my big contribution to Twitter.
Well, you're talking about these grown adult children. I just saw this come in with Ethan Van Sky. We're talking about the creator of some sci-fi, that Vagrant show or Vagrant Queen show. Now she's claiming somebody groomed her, but she was a grown-ass adult. Fuck off. If you're a grown-ass adult and you think you can be groomed, get the fuck off of my planet. Grow up. Stop it. You're not a 12-year-old. You're a grown woman who used to be a man. Fucking deal with that. Stop appropriating my gender while you're at it if you can't even fucking deal with life and reality as a goddamn adult. I certainly don't want you as a woman because you're too fucking stupid. Fuck off.
She used to be a man?
Apparently, I don't know. People are gonna say, "Oh, you're transphobic." No, I'm tired of people who are stupid, and then they're gonna fucking blame me for whatever reason they decided to change their gender, because that's it. Because it's always fucking my fault. I'm tired of these people.
I wish I could find that Photoshop I did where I made Brie Larson into Irona the robot.
Damn it.
She was a dead ringer with her iron jaw and everything. I did the color. She looked just like Irona the robot.
I just see people.
Cobra! I want to be the Cobra Commander. How would Brie Larson say that? Say that she wants to play Cobra Commander, Tom. How would she say that?
What's the Cobra Commander?
It's the guy from G.I. Joe, the guy in the helmet.
What's the G.I. Joe?
It's a very popular toy, Brie, that boys play.
I only have one toy, and it goes. Bzzz,
oh, that's scary.
Does it have Kung Fu grip and a thumbnail on the wrong side?
It's got a flutterby.
Oh my god, we should make a girl G.I. Joe. Oh my god.
Yeah, and she can change her clothes, and we'll call her Barbie Brie.
No, we'll make a girl version of G.I. Joe because that's never been done before, and I'm gonna star in it, and it'll be my movie.
We'll call it Brie-I Joe.
Yes.
Brie-I Joe.
But Brie, Demi Moore already starred in a movie called G.I. Jane.
That happened before my time. That doesn't exist.
We don't know who she is.
Chris Persia, $5 Canadian. Mecha rant.
I think you got one, but you'll probably get another.
I've been doing
Jane starred Demi Moore. That is correct, Stephen Ernst.
And no, it's not. And the transphobia, the whatever. Since I have to explain everything, no, that's just my exaggerated response to all this cancel culture bullshit. That it's gonna come full circle. And when women are in fashion to be oppressed again in a few years, because it comes and goes every few years, depending on what's trendy and what they can market to you, then all of a sudden these crazy woke, stupid ass people who are going around destroying everything are going to come after trans people probably and call it gender appropriation. If you can't even put fucking a mud pack on your face in a TV show in the 80s that has nothing to do with blackface and cancel it. I mean, come on. These people are so fucking stupid they would probably do that.
Yeah, and Nicole Milat says, "I'm T, but do not make it the world to me. Do not make it the world to me just what it is." And that's a great point. Nobody cares.
Yeah, and I didn't mean that as like an attack.
No, Mecca doesn't care. I don't care. Obviously, I'm not speaking for everybody here, but I'm pretty safe in assuming that nobody but Rob cares, and Rob just wants to look.
Yeah, Rob doesn't care as long as he looks at it.
He just wants to see. He's just curious. That's all. He just wants to know how it works. No, it's all right. It's not a big deal, and that's the point exactly. Yes, it's not everything you are, and that's what I hear. A lot of the last generation and the older generation of people that I know that are, LGBTQ, and that is that they're so sick of these labels. They fought for years and years and years just to be seen as a person, not a gay person, not a lesbian, not a dyke, not a this, not a that. They just wanted to be seen as a person first, and the same thing. Sorry, Rob, I'll let you go here, but and the same thing to this idiot on Twitter, I don't care what your fucking pronouns are. The only person who should give a shit what your pronouns are is the person that you're putting your dick in or putting your dick in you. Okay? And if there's no dicks involved, that's it. That's the only person who should care. It shouldn't be the world's fucking business.
No.
Anyway, Rob, that's all I have.
Remember when we all thought Generation X was going to be the one to move us beyond that kind of stuff, remember?
Well, we kind of thought we did. I mean,
We did, and then these new people came along. All these new assholes, these millennials, and behind.
What's up, Jesse Miller?
We got JM.
But I'm glad you guys are on because it's always a good conversation.
Well, MEAD live every Saturday, Sunday, maybe. And then Monday and Wednesday.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
We used to do almost
morning.
every single fucking day. There was a time there where Rob and I were going like almost every single day.
Like 6 days, 7 days a week. Yeah.
But what you're talking about with Generation X and then it got lame again, it was like weird because with the boomer generation, they came up and, they had a lot of fresh ideas and then a lot of them were good. A lot of them were shit. So, the world progressed. But then when you had Generation X, it was kind of a cool thing because there was a lot of cynics involved. And cynicism is something that helps you grow. Yep. And now people aren't smart enough to be cynical. They're just blasé. And that's not helping anything.
Dick.
Yes. Dick.
How many dicks is that? I don't know, but it's a lot.
I keep thinking. Now you got me thinking of that Sam Kinison bit. Rock Hudson laying on his deathbed. It was that last fucking dick, wasn't it? It was that last fucking. I was ahead of the game. Dick.
I was doing Reservoir Dogs, but
okay. Richard Simmons. He had to change his name from Dick Simmons. Dick was too obvious.
Okay. Richard Simmons.
We actually come in right about the time where we're going to move from this subject into the next related subject, and that is this business going around that the Star Wars sequel trilogy is going to be erased from existence.
They can't.
The pirates.
Leia's dead.
Well,
are they supposed to have chemistry with CGI Leia? You have chemistry with this stick with a head on it.
They just won't do another one. That's all.
Sad.
But yeah, that's kind of the rumor going around. I don't buy into it too much, but our good friend Dictor Van Dukencock was one of the first people to report on this. Since then, a few other places have picked up on it. Andre has talked to our sources, and if you saw the video earlier that Rob did, you're kind of aware of what's going on here. Rob, did you want to take the lead on this since you read that, or do you? I know you just forget everything you read right after you read it, but
yeah. Well, what it is that because of the internal strife, and I like using that word. I don't get to use that word very often. Strife. It's a good word. Don't you think it's a good word?
The only time I ever used the word strife is when describing Cable's clone twin brother from Executioner song.
Strife, the discord, the internal kerfuffle, if you will, inside Lucasfilm, that there are forces on the good side, the George Lucas, Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni side, that are moving to delete the Disney sequel trilogy from canon. Yes, that's what we've heard. And they apparently want to use the Veil of the Force and the World Between Worlds to do it. Nikki D, $5. $5. I need $5.
Oh, they wanted to like make another one that will kind of like eliminate it in a movie instead of just erasing it.
Well, we'll get to that here quick. Yeah.
Shouldn't these directors have some sort of contractual stipulation not to negatively interact with? They should. They should.
A lot of places do actually, but Disney for some reason doesn't, right, Rob?
They apparently have no social media policy. And like I said, if Bob Iger was smart, he'd call up Roger Goodell. Hey, Roger, this is Bob Iger with this. How do you deal with these people on Twitter? People all day, dick. Oh yeah. We'll set you up.
What I think it is? They're just too big to fail at this point because there's so many normies.
Well, to answer your question,
shit.
To answer your question, Jesse, there was an episode of Rebels that dealt with this world in between world in there about you go through like mirrors and stuff like that, mirror universes and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And the theory is that Palpatine had one of these mirror rooms in his office or whatever on the fucking second Death Star.
In the executive lounge.
Yeah, exactly, because he has one of everything because he's the Emperor.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the ugliest Jedi of them all?
There is no Jedi uglier than thou.
That's right.
The idea for a new animated short, Palpatine at home.
It takes a lot of work to get this ugly in the morning.
Look, I just want to see the adult film where he conceived Ray's parents. Because they're probably brother and sister too. You know, you got to keep that Palpatine blood pure. Probably a male and female clone of himself.
All right, you two, get to work and do the nasty.
Do it.
Both all wrinkly like a bunch
Do
of
it now.
California raisins.
I can't perform with this kind of pressure, Palpatine.
Dad, you're such a dick.
Let the hate flow through you.
Let the hate flow. Oh, I need an offspring to carry on my legacy. Here, use this special condom.
Why is there a big hole in it?
Never mind. It's a Force condom.
Did he have a
Jedi
rager?
mind trick?
Oh, for God's sake! Now you say like the Room of Mirrors. I keep thinking of the ending of Enter the Dragon with Mr.
Oh,
Han.
yeah.
Or Conan.
Good shit.
Yeah. Did I pronounce that correctly? Tuzunthun?
I don't fucking know. You're asking the wrong dude.
What's this
You gotta ask
picture
the boss man on that one.
Is this like a fan painting or something?
It's a little bit more than a fan theory if you're talking about this.
No, I mean the painting itself, the artwork.
Oh, it was just looks like something somebody did with like some manipulation in like Photoshop.
Oh, looks like a wall.
It's very cool.
Kind of looks like Andy Warhol or something.
Kind of like inspired dish.
You know what's kind of sad is that the makeup for the first appearance of the Emperor in Return of the Jedi has never been bested. Like he
No,
looks
What's
like
up
a
with that?
yeah, it's just weird. Why has it got worse every time we go back to the Emperor?
Because
they
all the
use
people that
old
worked
like
on
that.
the old movies are dead.
Or they're been banished from Lucasfilm by.
You know what's funny? I
One
got
of them left the
the.
jugs laying around, and somebody saw it and they got fired.
You know what's funny, Rob, is and I know this is a tad off topic, but I know you'll appreciate this. I said I bought the 4K versions of the Star Wars Blu-rays, just the main 3, not the rest of the movies.
Mhm.
And when you put the digital version on your whatever you put them on, the Voodoo one anyway has the new special features that came with the digital versions when they released them a few years back. And I didn't know it, but two, or at least one or two of the things has Joe Johnston in them. Now
Really?
I'm talking about Star Wars, yeah.
Huh.
And he talks about George and stuff, yeah.
Now there's a
Talks about
guy.
how he says that George is responsible for him having a film career.
Animal, that's
Not,
funny.
and like I said, that's part of the reason why Kathleen Kennedy resents him, because he was so tight with George, and he would want to carry on.
Well, it was a really good story because he had worked on one movie before Star Wars, and then he went from working on this other movie into Star Wars. And he's like, if it wasn't for George Lucas, I wouldn't be making movies. He's like, I probably would have designed a lot of cool stuff for washing machines, but I wouldn't have been working in movies. And he goes, because what happened is after I'd been working on Star Wars for almost a decade, I said to George, I'm done. I'm out. I got to get out of this. I got to do something else. I've been doing the same thing for this long, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, well, why don't you go to school to be a filmmaker? He's like, I don't know if I can. I just, maybe I've had enough of movies and stuff. He's like, I'll tell you what, I'll keep you on a half salary and I'll pay your tuition to go to USC Film School.
Oh, that's awesome! Wow.
And afterwards he got out, and the guy that was making Honey, I Shrunk the Kids dropped out, and he dropped in, and the rest is history, of
Oh
course.
shit!
Wow.
Yeah.
That is awesome. That let me tell you, there was George Steinbrenner used to say that if you do something for somebody, if you do something good for somebody, and more than 2 people know about it, then you did it for the wrong reason. And that I got a feeling there's a lot of stuff about George we don't know, and stuff like that. Yeah. I'm not saying he's a saint, mind you. You got a feeling that there's because he seems like a pretty humble guy.
Oh, he's a cold fish. Don't get me wrong, but that's a really cool George story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. If he liked you, he was very generous. Very generous. He gave a lot of his friends points on Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's probably very loyal too. He sounds like he's very loyal.
To the
He
point
used
where
to invite my teacher down to Skywalker Ranch like every summer. and pay for his flight and everything, but he couldn't. He was just not able to travel by plane.
To the point where that's how Francis Ford Coppola found out that George was pissed at him.
Really?
Yeah, he was one of the only ones that didn't get points for stuff.
George, Francis Ford Coppola is really, really upset with you.
Oh well, he had good reasons.
Why is he mad at me?
That was pretty good.
You didn't give you points. You didn't give him points on Star Wars. Oh, really? Oh,
Well, he shouldn't have hit on my wife and stole Apocalypse Now from me, huh?
Is that true that George Lucas was supposed to direct Apocalypse Now?
Yes, I worked on it for like 2 years with Milius.
Yeah, they were
Really?
going to partner it up together with that, and
He was going to direct. Yeah. Yep.
It shows you what a fan of film I am. I had no idea.
Oh, he was pissed. Well, because here's the thing: like Francis Ford Coppola was like a. What's the
You
best
guys are
word to
like-
use without being?
Like, I'm a fan of movies.
He was a wheeler and dealer, and he would wheel and deal with shit that wasn't his.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jesse, you were saying?
Well,
sorry,
Francis Ford Coppola ended up going bust, didn't he? In the 70s, before George Lucas hit it big with Star Wars?
A couple times, but he went and spent all his Godfather money stupidly, I think is what happened, yeah.
Blackjack.
No, I think it was a lot of the stuff was into Apocalypse Now. Like he invested a lot of money into that.
He went and, well, yeah, because George basically did exactly what Francis was trying to do, only successful. Francis was trying to make his own studio where independent people could come in and no idea was turned away and anybody could make a movie and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, pure independent film studio.
Yeah, and he failed at that, but then George flourished at it.
Yeah, well, actually, George remarked that he got his by accident because he wasn't expecting Star Wars to be anything. He just wanted to make a movie that he could just kind of get him used to sort of leverage to make other experimental films, and Star Wars happened to be it. And it pulled him away from doing Apocalypse Now because he was still like knee deep into that production. But he figured if he could sell the script, use that money to help finish the financing legs of Apocalypse Now and get that underway, things would go. But he ended up getting like pulled off. He ended up basically leaving Apocalypse Now so he could do Star Wars.
Yeah, because like there was this whole other thing that I can't remember which movie it was on that Francis almost fucked up the deal for because he wanted to produce it to himself, but George didn't want him involved. I can't remember. Maybe it was Star Wars.
It probably was because I do remember, like in the early stages, it wasn't going to be Apocalypse Now as we recognize it. It was just going to be an adaptation of Heart of Darkness, which is the book. And then I think it was Lucas who suggested to make it the Vietnam setting.
Well, because all I remember is George and him when they had their falling out. It had to do with, like I was saying before, Francis doing wheeling and dealing with shit that wasn't his. And he was like gonna fuck up the Star Wars deal, and because Francis was like, "Oh no, we'll pay for it ourselves and we'll produce it ourselves, and then you guys will be out on your ass because this will be the biggest fucking movie of all time." And he was going off on it. I think it was the head of Fox or Universal at the time. I can't remember which one. Then George got pissed at him, and he's like, "Dude, it's not your fucking movie," or something like that, basically in so many words. And yeah, it was just a whole fucking mess. And they didn't get along for many years after that. But since then, I'm sure, you know, Francis has got his shit back in order between residuals and the fact that he's too old to be womanizing anymore.
Well, not only that, I think why Francis felt he had a stake in Star Wars is because he did give it a rewrite pass, like the second draft is technically.
Well, not only that, he was the catalyst for it too, in a way.
Yeah, because I know Coppola, Spielberg, and a few other directors gave notes on the script before they actually got underway into production. Like
I think even Milius did too. Yeah,
I think Milius did too. Yeah, like almost every director at that time gave notes to George right up until I think a few weeks before they started actually filming.
Where are all these people now to give all these young cats notes?
Well, you don't have those types of director communities anymore.
No.
Well, fix it.
The last one was
Well,
kind of the
directors are
Weinstein
shooting at
boys.
each other's necks or something nowadays, or what?
No, they just the last group like that was kind of the Weinstein boys, and that was it.
Yeah, pretty much. Like there was never any sort of collection of directors that wanted to help each other do better work. It's turned into a competition where it's not friendly. It's all about ego now.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a measuring contest.
Pretty much. Rosetta Allen sends us $2, says, love you all. Well, we love you as well. And of course, we love the rest of you as well listening. And thank you so much. There's over 300 of you listening right now. That's amazing. Please hit that like button if you will.
Yep. 311, just like that shitty band. We need one more person in here. Come on, somebody get a friend. Phone a friend.
Sander Hammerson says new line as well. Kind of. That was more mentored by Robert Shea, but yeah, I mean the Harvey Boys, and by them I mean you had like Robert Rodriguez, Quentin Tarantino, Kevin Smith. Who else was in that script? There's like one or two more of them. I can't think who it was.
No,
but they
I know
would
who
all
you're
do the
talking-
same kind of thing. They would get together, watch each other's movies, give each other the notes, all that kind of shit. Same kind of a deal. You know, just like a network of friends that are, you know, writers and directors and whatnot that all work together kind of thing.
that loved movies more than loved making money from movies. Like that's basically kind of what was the mentality. It's like, yeah, it's great that we make a lot of money, but like we love movies more.
Yeah, and you know when that happens, you make a lot more money. Funny how that works.
Mm-hmm.
Raging Rhino sends an Australian super chat robe.
Yeah, 313. That's much better.
Yeah. Where's the heck's my Australian? Here we go.
It says 311 on my end. That's not a didgeridoo.
I thought he was just blowing his nose.
And then I accidentally closed my chat, so I can't see what kind of sticker it is. Damn it!
It's a thumbs up pair.
Yes, it is.
I actually kind of liked Jane Silent Bob reboot. I know some people
I
did.
enjoyed it a lot.
I
Because right
think
at the end, Jay goes, or was it Jay or was it Silent Bob that says this is diversity and right here?
Yeah,
Like,
I was gonna say it
what
makes
the hell
fun
do you
of all
have
that shit.
business knowing this one? Who killed her brother or something and all that.
Okay, I still haven't seen it, so I'm gonna have to watch it at some point.
Well, I mean, some people are calling it woke and stuff, which I mean, I guess you could see it that way. But yeah, I was gonna say it is kind of on purpose. Like Kevin's actually ripping on all the reboots and the gender swapping and all that shit in the movie itself to the point where there's literally a Scooby gang of diverse kids.
Yeah, it's basically I can't hit it off the T-ball stand if I don't put the ball up there first.
Princess Leia's Buns sent us a super chat. Wow,
That's a good name.
It's also got double entendre.
It does.
Chewbacca loved her.
Oh, it's
What a
Australian.
Wookiee.
He's only 7 feet tall, you know.
Okay, I'm still looking for recommendations for good Australian beer that I can get in the States. So I mean, so we have two Aussies in the chat that I know of. So
Well,
please,
you better start telling him some beer and don't say Foster's because you all say that shit.
yeah, because I'm not. And Foster's is an Australian beer. Well, it is and it isn't. So, if we
Nice
can,
try. I think it was just because it was a lot more fun. It's just
VB.
poking fun at the first movie for being so late
You got it.
90s.
Throw another shrimp on the bobby, baby.
There wasn't much else other news other than Margot Robbie's supposed to be in the next Pirates of the Caribbean and nobody gives a
Why are
shit.
they making another one of those?
Oh, it's better than that though.
Is she going to beat the shit out of Johnny Depp like Amber Heard did?
Oh no, it's better. Rather than making a Johnny Depp Pirates of the Caribbean movie, they're giving it to Margot Robbie and the screenwriter from Birds of Prey.
Yeah,
Well,
there you
the
go.
first half of that might be okay because she, you know,
Lazy puppy.
she's a good-looking chick and she's younger than him. But nobody saw Birds of Prey. Only Lethal Lightning saw Birds of Prey.
I
Okay,
saw-
first one says no VB Newstead Brewery bias as I live here, and then Raging said VB is trash.
Hold on, wait a minute.
So stay away from
Newstead-
VB.
Newstead Brewery. Okay. Newstead Brewery. Let's see if I can get
You
that.
pay attention to that shit. Yeah.
It depends on the kind of beer you like. I like a beer you can chew, so I like.
So Wes, since you're talking and you've been kind of quiet,
EP stands for what exactly, though?
and we got like 2 minutes here to just kind of kill for no good reason. Why don't you tell the folks out there what you're about, what your channel is all about, and stuff like that? I know I've popped on there a few times, but I'm sure a lot of people who are listening now haven't listened to you because you go on pretty late at night usually, isn't that right?
Yeah, I think you were a part of a stream we ended up doing for like 6 hours and 30 minutes or something.
It was like the birds were chirping when we were done. That's all I know.
Yeah, man, that was a little more disciplined now. Well, I am Wes Woody, the Wes Woody Webcast. I talk about pop culture, current events, occasional conspiracy theories, occasional car talk, and I will also do gaming streams. And I have a vlog about whatever the heck I want to because it is my webcast. You can find me at youtube.com/Wes Woody Webcast. Hope to see you there, my friends. Thank you.
All right, I shared your thing in the chat there. Mecca, was there anything else going on?
Not really, no.
I know it was kind of a slow day, other than the Ryan.
Yeah, my head was kind of freaking pounding. So
Yeah.
Let's take
I'll get a nap right after this.
I wish I had time to.
We could start some Twitter drama to have more to talk about.
Why?
I don't know. Sometimes I haven't had enough whiskey to do that yet, so maybe
I went off on Teespring today.
Applejack liquors.
They kind of deserve it.
I just wanted to blow them up real bad. That's all I really wanted to do. Might do it again tomorrow.
Well, Henry Cavill does have a few words to say about the Justice League Snyder Cut. I guess we could share that real quick.
Oh, why
So
not?
did Ray Fisher too, right?
I didn't see that, but if you want to share the link, go for it.
Let me see if I can find that.
Oops, I'm sharing it in the wrong place anyway. Or, well, that's if you guys want to bring it up, that's fine. I'm going to bring it up on my end here because it's a video. It looks like Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill has a few words about the Snyder Cut of Justice League.
Hey, quick question. Who sent Mecca a gavel?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't remember. It was like a
That was
year
a
ago.
long time ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago in the PO box.
That's what you need to pass judgment. I'm passing judgment on you.
Huh?
Oh, the Snyder Cut, the famous / infamous / all sorts of things Snyder Cut. I can't really tell you anything aside from the fact that all I know is that HBO Max will be releasing it, I believe.
Wait a minute.
And it'll be Zach's final vision for the movie. And I don't know anything more than that. And
We got homework,
I'm
guys.
just really happy that Zach got to realize his vision. I think it's important for a filmmaker and a storyteller to have their vision, their intended vision, released and shown to the world. And I'm looking forward to seeing it myself.
Oh, great.
It's been quite the ordeal, sort of, with all of that. Yes, I mean, with Justice League when it came out,
talks like my
and Zach
mom
had to
does on the
depart
phone.
because of a death in the family.
Black Phoenix.
And then
Getting the suit is
the
British.
director Joss Whedon was brought on, and there was a mix of visions, and the movie wasn't well received. And then over the subsequent years, there was a big push to see the fabled Snyder Cut. And now that time has come, and I think it's going to be very enjoyable to watch Zach finally release his vision.
Okay, that's a big nothing burger. Other than we got to watch that to see what Patrick Stewart has to say about shit. But
Why do we have to watch it to see what Patrick Stewart has to say? Why can't we just ask him right now? Old man Picard, what do you think of that?
what's a Snyder Cut?
That's the movie that Zack Snyder is going to release. That unfinished Justice League movie.
What's a Justice League?
Yo,
It's-
look at the
all the-
size of that son of a bitch next to Cyborg. It looks like he'd eat him for lunch.
I know. All right, well, I guess this is what Ray Fisher has to say about this.
Yeah, I mean, Josh is a great guy, and Zach picked a good person to come in and clean up and finish up for him.
Yeah, he always says he wants to retract that statement he
One more
made.
time. What's your name and question? Hello. How's it going, guys?
Yeah, I mean, Josh is a great guy, and Zach picked a good.
Because he's saying Joss is a good guy.
Yeah, he says I'd like to take a moment to forcefully retract every bit of this statement, and basically the statement was Joss is a great guy, and we're just grateful that he came in to fix the movie for us.
Ouch.
That's because you don't want to be involved in the Me Too shit and all that crap. Just call
Oh
it
yeah,
out.
there's some layers to that.
He's just like, screw you guys, I'm going home.
Well, there is a story about Damon Lindelof and Watchmen.
Good.
The guy who ruined Watchmen.
The guy who's ruined everything he's worked on.
Yeah, the one that's not happening.
Yeah.
Season 2 or whatever.
I mean, yeah.
Why? What do you say?
Well, let's find out. Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons' superhero origin social commentary, the DC graphic novel series Watchmen, has historically been a challenge for Hollywood to adapt due to its sprawling, complex plotting. In fact, when HBO and Warner Brothers approached The Leftovers and Lost co-creator Damon Jar Jar Abrams Jr. Lindelof to reboot it, he turned them down twice until he found a new way into reviving the story about superheroes who've been disrespected by a right-leaning society.
By basically destroying it?
Can I ask a quick question?
Sure.
Why is it hard to tell the plot of a comic book when it's just a storyboard that's like colorized for you with words?
Well, because
Really
a lot
not.
because a lot of directors are afraid to do
balls.
because a lot of directors are afraid to do things that work in the comic that they feel won't work in a movie because they don't want them to look stupid. They don't want them.
Yeah, but then it's the comic book's fault. Blame
I
the
know.
source material.
Well, anyway, in fact, rather than to retread the same area Zack Snyder did in this 2009 feature adaptation, Lindelof sought to pay homage to the old while expanding the Watchmen universe that nobody asked for.
That's a fancy word for ripoff.
Mm-hmm. Particularly in what the IP could say about what America is experiencing today that we didn't ask you. And Watchmen, despite having aired last fall on HBO, continues to echo loudly in its tale of Sister Night, Oscar award-winning Regina King, and her grandfather, Hooded Justice, the first masked hero, taking on a white supremacist group, especially during Black Lives Matter and the recent controversy over President Donald the Orange Man Trump, holding a political rally in Tulsa, Oklahoma, the site of the 1921 race massacre. Watchmen begins shockingly with a reenactment of the Tulsa riot, which is part of the series narrative. Lindelof came to learn about the Tulsa race massacre by reading author Ta-Nehisi Coates' The Atlantic article, A Case for Reparations. Okay, do we really want to keep going with this?
Not really. It sounds like a bunch of racist bullshit.
Yeah.
Not only that, the
Like,
show got canceled after one
seriously,
season.
that would be like
Yeah, the show got canceled.
hate speech on your channel.
Okay,
Okay, you're trying to read the damn news.
Okay, you know what, Damon? Your show sucked. It got canceled because you suck and you're incapable of making a good product. Okay,
I'm gonna eat a bag of dicks.
You notice the first thing I noticed? Shaved head.
Is he a skinhead?
Yeah,
what's it say?
he is. Look at him.
I remember this episode. People think that she will choose. What is this? Streamer removed 1988 episode becomes the latest string of episodes removed featuring black. Hulu's demanded Golden Girls. Oh boy, baby, I'm wearing blackface. Mixed feelings. 21.
If you're gonna read it, Rob. Come on, Jesus.
Feelings episode 23 in season 3 of the sitcom.
What the hell do I pay you $10 a month for?
Not my looks, certainly.
Aftercare.
Gosh, I'm gonna take it down to 2.
That's
You will
it.
only be able to get a sandwich, and that's it.
Jacoby, the son of Dorothy, Beatrice Arthur, I'll just say B. Arthur. Everybody knows B. Arthur. Planning to wed a much older black woman, Lorraine Rosalind Cash. Dorothy is concerned over the age difference, while Lorraine's family disapproves of their daughter marrying a white man. And thus, the two families attempt to end the marriage. In the episode, Lorraine's family finds Rose, Betty White, and Blanche and McCann trying to a new mud facial treatment. And as they greet their family, Rose says, "This is mud on your faces. We're not really black." Come on.
Yeah, that's the joke.
See, I gotta go off on this. Not only are they inserting racism, what?
Bag that bitch.
Yeah. Like, not only are they inserting ists and phobes where it doesn't belong, they're actually pointing out some pretty reasonable social commentary about how Lorraine's black family did not
Rhoda
want
Clanahan
their
was pretty hot for
black
her.
daughter married to a white boy. And
I've
that
seen this episode, and it's like
Sorry.
the black grandmother is way worse than they were. Like,
Yeah. But anyway, Mecca was saying, yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you either. Sorry, go ahead, Mecca.
It's just like, it's one of those things.
Well, yeah, it's that's it. Like the black, so the whole point of the episode is that Dorothy did not want her son marrying a woman 20 years older than him. She was basically Dorothy's age. They're only like a couple years apart. So then when the supposed daughter-in-law is going to come and have her family talk to the new in-laws, right? They don't like the fact that she's marrying a white boy. Like, is that what the problem is here? Because they show black people as racist?
Well, the whole yeah, exactly. Because the whole thing was that like the Golden Girls were like, "Isn't she a little old for you?" And like, the other grandmother is just like, straight up racial about it.
I keep thinking to myself, when they, well, first of all, like you said, I don't think it's just really that bad. Hey Rob, $5 Willie Woodward. Hey Rob, would you like to come on my show? Please DM me. Work out details if you want to or not. Please don't go. So, sorry about that.
I was going to remind him after the show. Rob does not know how to use social media.
Yeah,
which is probably a good thing.
I just drive down the road and go get his ass one day.
Yeah, I don't know why you guys
bring him here.
I don't know, because we don't think of shit like that. We're people from Connecticut. This is how we
right.
are.
This sends us $5 as well. Are you guys talking about The Last of Us 2 mess and calling those who hated the game sexist, misogynistic pigs? I think we talked about it quite a bit last week. I doubt we'll talk about it more tonight, but you never know in the next couple shows. Depends on what happens. I know the second week sales dropped 80%, so I'm sure we'll talk about that show.
Yeah, you only get $20 store credit in GameStop too, and that's
that's a lot for them.
Yeah, well, it's not even cash.
Orders.
Yeah, cash is probably $5.
Right. Ensign Ricky spent $5. Thank you so much. Hey Tom, dropping in to say hi. Well, hi, Ensign Ricky. Thank you so much. All right.
Golden Girls question. Why is everybody like having a problem now, but everybody's perfectly fine with Rose being a dumbass Polak from Minnesota?
I think she was German.
Tom, do you remember Silver Streak?
What the hell she was? Was she Swedish or some bullshit?
I don't know. Remember, it's been like 20 years since I watched the show.
Everything was Ludwika Varkenbargen,
What were you talking about, Rob?
Tom, do you remember Silver Streak? You ever see Silver Streak?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, remember the train? Remember the scene he was trying to get Gene Wilder on the train?
How that movie's canceled.
Yeah,
for real.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it has been pulled because the Blu-ray is like going for astronomical prices.
Really? That's a shame.
It's a good movie too. It's a very good movie.
Well, it's only Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor. A couple of noobs.
Yeah, and it's too bad. And the thing is, the irony there is Richard Pryor is the one putting the makeup on his face, putting the shoe polish on his face.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, it's his idea.
His idea. That's it. It wasn't it. I'll never pass for black. I didn't say I was going to pass for black. I said I was going to get you on.
Yeah, I'm pissed that I never bought it on Blu-ray because I could have got it for like $7 for the longest time, so I just waited, and now it's going for like $200.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good movie, but it's not $200.
It's out of fucking print. That's why it's been out of print for a little while. The Blu-ray is the one going for that much. The DVD ranges from 20 something to the highest one on here I think was 60.
Well, you could still get it. You could still get it for like $10 on Amazon Prime. You rent it for $3.99, but still, and you want to have the physical copy. That's the thing.
They'll cut that scene out.
But it's an integral part of the plot.
They'll cut it out. I don't care.
The FBI says we planted that story to take you into custody.
Mm-hmm.
You're off gallivanting around the country. I remember that's a really good.
Are they going to get rid of Spies Like Us because they're about to bang Vanessa Angel?
Probably.
They're like, me too. Whole movie's gone.
Ooh, what do you do? No one else can dance like you do. So what's all the fuss? Ain't nobody a spy like us.
It's a good ass movie. They, back in the day, we used to have like basic cable. You know what I mean? So they play the same movies every weekend. So we all get to know Goonies. We all get to know all these movies. Nowadays, you don't have that common culture that like unites.
Guess what? Though I can get it imported from the UK for like €10.
What, Silver Streak?
Yeah, $25.98 on Blu-ray though. Yeah.
Well, it's still not too bad. That's better than 200.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. Spies Like Us, directed by John Landis.
Yeah,
I did.
Which was awesome too. There was racial shit in that movie, like straight up. Because you remember he was like, when they were dancing at the end, he was like, "Black guys help the white guys." He was like, "What the fuck is that supposed to mean?"
Come on, black guys help the white guys. As he said, the black guys help the white guys. Remember,
John Candy was like, "You might not have noticed this, but I have a little bit of a weight problem."
A little bit of a weight problem.
Yeah. Oh, how about Blues Brothers? Blues Brothers, the Illinois Nazis. The Jew is using the black as muscle against you. Well, what are you gonna do about it, Whitey? And we've been canceled.
And they won't even allow that movie without that shit because they'd be like, well, his father's black, or their father's black. That's cultural misappropriation of blues.
By the way, I got some more Blu-ray news. I had some yesterday, but I got more. Next week, for those who are fans, Spaced Invaders comes out on Blu-ray Special Edition.
Oh boy, I remember that.
I gotta think Silver Streak, like at some point it's going to be actually. Tom says just DVD Blu-ray copy here, $35.
That's the import.
Okay.
It's the same price to import it either way. Yeah.
Okay,
it's just somebody basically importing it and selling it on Amazon.
All right.
That's all it is.
Young Frankenstein's $10.
Well, yeah.
It's Blu-ray shopping with Rob and Tom.
I think I've got like 2 copies of that, but yeah.
Young Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
I'm wondering, is there a color print of Young Frankenstein or
no? But it was shot in
there
color.
Shouldn't be.
I think. It was shot in color, but it was never processed in color that I know of.
Yeah.
Why'd they do that?
They shot it in color because I think the studio insisted that it be shot in color, even though they never had any
black and white in the screening.
Well, they never intended to ever put it or never to release it in color, but the studio insisted on it. So
yeah,
I thought they insisted on it, but the reason that it wasn't shot in colors so that Mel Brooks could force it to not be shot in color. So that
did they end up shooting it in black and white?
Yeah, it was shot in Kodak. I think it was
okay.
Yeah, Kodak black and white deliberately, so that they couldn't color it, so that they couldn't release it.
Okay, because I do. I do remember that they did insist on it being shot that way, but you're right. Then probably the other side of it.
Yeah, I think the conversation was that Wilder and Mel Brooks told the studio, "Yeah, we want to shoot in black and white," and then the studio was like, "Well, how about we shoot it in color and then we just develop it in black and white?" And Mel Brooks said, "No, because it'll never get developed in black and white. You'll just release it in color."
Okay, that sounds about right.
And then I think that's the story.
I think he had final cut anyway. Was the point? But yeah,
I don't think that movie is as funny or successful if it was in color.
No, I agree. That's like he did silent movie. He did a lot of weird shit. The only line in the movie is by a mime who yells no through the phone when he offers him a movie. The weird thing about Mel Brooks is that, for as well structured and good as his movies are, a lot of that shit is like slapstick comedy. It's just a better class of slapstick comedy, like Blazing Saddles when he's the governor, or in the History of the World when Louis the 14th. It's good to be the king.
Good to be the king.
It's good to be the king.
Like whenever he put himself in the movie, he was just the dirty uncle who was after the titties.
Good to be the king.
Madeline Kahn said that.
Yeah.
All right, folks. What do you say we put a cork in it? I know it's a little early, but
well, hey, we'd rather have a tight show phrasing than.
Until then, you can watch it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Wes Mooney. Oh, there's Wes Mooney. So, Everybody, thank you for joining us. Wes Moody, tell everybody where they can find you.
Oh, you can find me on youtube.com/Wes Moody Webcast, as you can see in parentheses down below me. And you can find me on Twitter at WesMoody10. And you can find me on Patreon/Wes Moody Webcast. We just added the $10,000 a month Illuminati tax write-off tier. We would be honored if you would join us.
Script Doctor, tell everybody where to find you. Thank you very much. Script Doctor, tell them where to find you.
Yeah, you can find me. YouTube.com/ScriptDoctor and on Twitter at ScriptDoctorPhD, and also streaming with you guys. Thank you so much again for having me. Of course.
No problem. Jesse Miller, tell everybody where they can find you.
They can find me on the worldwide interweb. Yes. No, it's Jesse Miller at the Crow's Nest. I got a channel, and that's the long and the short of that. You know how these things look. There's people in boxes. We talk about things.
Talking heads. Mecca, tell everybody where they can find you.
On Mecha Random 42 on Twitter, way too much, and probably in bed in about 10 minutes.
Right, I hear you.
I just had to take a soup. I think it's like sinus pressure. We got a storm coming in.
What do we earn tonight, Rob?
Oh, you got a Sanford and Son box set.
I think we earned Sanford and Son. Not you big dummy.
We earned a Sanford and Son box set. Are we allowed to watch that?
Yo,
Is that
Sanford
visual?
reminds me of my dad. So
Come on, Elizabeth.
No, is that visual appropriation?
Yes, the ladies are on tonight in about an hour and 20 some or 30 some minutes.
You know, I think we earned the maximum effort puppy.
You earned some maximum effort? You really think so? All right.
Is it Tucker?
We got an hour out of a slow news day, so yeah, that's pretty good.
He's awesome. He's
Tucker?
living.
He's a
I don't think
boss.
that's
You can name him Tucker. I don't care.
This guy's boats and hoes.
So there's a cute
Most of
doggy
them.
on the internet called Tucker that I watch sometimes.
Oh, I don't know. He's just a golden lab driving a fucking boat. He's got shits to do and places to be.
But
See, I just wish the camera would pan behind him and there's some guy on water skis or a tubing.
That would be amazing.
dude, if you taught a dog how to use a water ski, it wouldn't come back. Their jet ski. Yeah, there till that shit ran out of gas and he paddled back to you all dumb looking.
Oh, shit. All right. Rob, I need some damn.
You didn't bring the boat?
Just when you think this show is terrible, something wonderful happens.
What?